I don't suppose you've ever had a better week in your life, have you?
Nah, definitely not. It's going to be hard to top. It's been an unbelievable week. It still probably hasn't settled in, but yeah, I've enjoyed every minute of it.
You had to watch the Poland game. I suppose you were still on a high, were you?
Yeah, I watched that from home. I'm still on a high, but yeah, I was always supporting the lads and I thought they played well.
And tell me about the scenes at the end and how you almost scored in a vital World Cup game.
Yeah, them scenes at the end were unbelievable. I mean, I think it showed how much everyone it meant to them, and especially the players who have been here for a while and the young lads as well. But yeah, when I came on, I just wanted to affect the game in any way I could, and yeah, I was quite unlucky to the post.
Do you think it was going in?
Yeah, I did when I hit it, to be fair, but oh well.
What does it mean now? You've been around the squad for a while, but I mean, I'm sure you that queue next to Wales, World Cup country now. What do you think it means, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I think the World Cup's like another level. I think you think of World Cup and you think the elite team, the countries in the world, and we want to be part of that. And I think we can. We have the good players to do it. And yeah, for me, it's a dream come true. I mean, you see them growing up, the big World Cups, how much of a deal it is to everyone, how much people watch it, and to be a part of that is something that, yeah, I can't really believe.
And in the squad, how much of a desire is there now to get on that plane to Qatar? Do you think in your mind you have to start impressing now to get selection for Qatar? Does it start here?
I think it started as soon as I came in with Wales. I think I've always had to improve and keep doing better and keep working harder at where I am at club. I think that's what gets you caught up again. But yeah, especially now getting into World Cup, I need to go again and keep doing what I'm doing and hopefully get on the plane if I can.
Steve Cooper, a proud Welshman, has he been in touch yet?
Yeah. He said he sent his congratulations after the game and sent me good luck before. Yeah, I'm sure he's really happy with that.
And Jess, you've got to take a break, I'm sure, after you won't have long to take a break.
Yeah.
The prospect of going into a season, your first in the Premier League, and a World Cup campaign, I mean, Jess, how much does that turn you on?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. I think it's everything I wanted at the start of last season, to play in the Premier League and to be able to go to a major tournament with Wales, and luckily next year hopefully I can do both. I mean, I've still got to impress at Forest to get on the plane because there's a good squad and anyone can really get on there, but yeah, the thought of doing that is really exciting.
The world really is at your feet now, isn't it?
I'm not sure of that. I'm just going to keep working hard and keep hopefully doing what I'm doing.
And last one for me, how proud is your dad who almost pulled on a Wales shirt?
Yeah, not just my dad, my whole family, they were really proud. I mean, I saw them after the game and they were really happy, and my friends as well, everyone was absolutely buzzing, my family in Wales.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good night.
Brennan, congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Just in terms of your future, every sort of step you make, get into the Premier League, now with international, you go into a World Cup. What are your plans for your future? Because you'd have dreamed, but you've also had a process as to where you want to get to. What is your future looking like?
I mean, at first it was just playing with Forest and then keep improving, wanting to do well. And this season I knew I probably had the capability to play in the Premier League. I thought, I always believed in myself, and to do it with Forest just is so much better. It's what I wanted. And yeah, to play in the Premier League this season is definitely something that I felt like I had to be doing. In terms of my Wales career as well, I think it really puts me in a good stead to get into the team and hopefully push for a place. But yeah, this season, going to a Premier League season with a World Cup, it's another real test for me, and it's a test that I can't wait. So.
Listen, I know from meeting you before, you were a very humble, down-to-earth lad. I think your dad keeps you that way, but how much do you want to push other Wales players out the way so that you're starting and a regular starter? How much is that part of the ambition?
I think that, yeah, it's part of being a footballer. I think I have the hunger to want to play every time and to do well and score goals and help the team. But I know that at the minute, in the big games, I wasn't starting. But to be able to come on, I was really happy with, to be able to get minutes to show what I can do. And yeah, the more the games go on and the more club games I can play and impress, it just makes me want to start, and hopefully I can come soon.
You touched on it slightly, but maybe how much of that ambition is in your hands now because you are in the Premier League? Just how big a deal is it that you are playing in the Premier League?
I think it does help. I mean, seeing the boys who are playing in the Premier League and doing well, I think it puts them in good stead to be able to play in these big games. And I think now that I'm doing it, I think I can test myself against good players every week, especially in the Premier League. So coming into these Wales games, I feel like I have a better experience of playing at the highest level. So I think it only just helps and gives me good stead to hopefully get in the team.
In this camp and the other camps you've been in for Wales, what have you practically learned from watching and playing alongside, training alongside the likes of Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey?
Yeah, I've learnt loads, especially in these playoffs games, how much is at stake and how much the boys stepped up. I think it shows a lot how much they're willing to work for each other, run, especially in the game we saw on the other day. And Ukraine were a really good team and they caused us loads of problems, but I think the way the boys worked for each other with the blocks that Ben was making and the play that we were doing, I think everyone worked really hard, and in them big moments you need the big players, and I feel like we had the real key moments in the game, and especially with the goal, and we had a chance at the end. So I think there's loads I'm learning just watching at the bench. Then when I come in I need to be ready.
Well, just the last one from me, as Rob was talking about Steve Cooper, just maybe how advantageous could it be that Steve is a proud Welshman managing you in the Premier League, will know at some point he's got to let you go for Wales sort of around November time, but maybe how can that relationship actually be rather beneficial for you at Forest and for Wales as well?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's been already. I mean, he's obviously Welsh and wants us to do well, so I think me coming and doing well is something that he's happy with, and I work hard for him, and he's a really good manager. So I think going into this Premier League season, I think it's going to be something that's going to help. I think having a good relationship with him, and especially when he wants the whole country to do well. Thank you.
Hey Brennan, just to follow up on that, I think we saw you guys having a hug and Cooper telling you how proud he was of you after the playoff final. It does seem like you guys have got a really close relationship.
Yeah, not just me, I think the whole of the team. I think there's a really close relationship with the whole of Nottingham Forest. I think it's really similar to the way it is here. Everyone's so close with each other, and that's the same with the manager as well. So yeah, after the game it was just really nice to see him so happy after everything he's worked for. So yeah, it was a really nice moment.
And we also understand that kind of in January, there were offers on the table for you, but you decided to stay at Forest, and I suppose that thought process has paid off. But what was going through your head kind of in January?
Yeah, January was obviously a lot of games, so I didn't have too much time to think about it. There was a short period where it did become a thing of whether what I was going to do, but in my head I always wanted to stay. I think I believed in the team, that we had a real good chance of getting up, especially back then when we weren't too high in the league, but I knew we had the players to really push on, and I'm happy I made that decision.
And what a rollercoaster of a year as well, because obviously missing out on the Euros last summer, a huge disappointment to 12 months later and World Cup qualification.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a real rollercoaster. I think that was disappointing, but I think it just made me kick on even harder. It made me want to get into the team even more, and it made me want to play better every week so I could have a good chance of getting selected first, and then hopefully getting some games.
And if you had a look at the Dutch side, are there players you're sort of targeting there and thinking, I can't wait to be playing against them?
I mean, yeah, they have loads of great players in the Premier League and other leagues as well, so it's going to be a real good test. They're a really good team, and yeah, I can't wait to get out there.
Cheers, Brennan.
Thank you.
I just passed the microphone up, sorry. Over there, and then I'll come to James.
Hi, Brennan. Sean Misra, Club Bill Droid. You've come up against Virgil van Dijk already this season in the FA Cup. What was it like going against him then, and what did you learn, and what can you bring to the game that you did learn?
Yeah, it was a really tough game. I think the game that we played against Liverpool, they're a really good team, and especially him, he's an unbelievable defender. I wasn't up against him too much in that game, I was more on the other side, but yeah, just watching him and see how well he defends. Obviously, it's been a task for anyone to get past him really, but I'm willing to try.
To face a team like the Dutch, I mean, what do you remember from when you were younger of these Dutch teams? Obviously in the 80s they had great success, but maybe that World Cup team 2014, well, how exciting is it to come up against such a European powerhouse?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think it's something that all the boys will be excited about, facing them. They're a really good team, they play really nice football, and recently they've been doing really well, and especially in their last game against Belgium, and yeah, all the boys will be really excited, and it's just a really good test, and I'm sure it'll be a good experience for all of us. Just one final one from me. You're a young player, and obviously you're going to a World Cup. What's like your earliest memories of the World Cup? What are the moments that stand out to you? The World Cup in South Africa for me is probably the first one I properly remember watching every game. I mean, the ones before I didn't watch too much, but yeah, that one I remember watching every single game, and whoever was playing, whatever country it was, I wanted to watch it because the atmosphere was so good. But yeah, that was probably the first one I remember.
Yeah, Brennan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi, Brennan.
we all know now that Gareth Bale's playing on for the foreseeable future. I wonder how beneficial that is for you. You know, he plays a similar position to you, doesn't he? You're going to be training with him, playing with him. I wonder how much that could help your development.
Yeah, loads. I think the more he plays and the more I get to train with him just helps me improve. I think he's such a good player, even at this age. He's such a good player, and to be able to train with him daily, I pick up little things from every session. So, yeah, it's unbelievable for the whole footballing world that he carries on playing.
Because obviously he plays almost a similar role to you, doesn't he? He likes coming off the right. I mean, that's what we've seen you play well for Forest. So I guess that's quite specific to your position.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when I'm on the bench, especially the other day. Like, I am watching the game, but little things that he's doing in them sort of positions are the ones that I'm getting into myself. So watching him, the way he does it, the way he gets past people, is something that I want to do in my game. So yeah, really good.
I just wondered, Brennan, what was the loudest? Paul McCartney's Mull of Kintyre, David Ewan's Cultural Belter?
I'm not too sure. I didn't actually hear the Wales one that loud because it's when we go into the change room before the game, but I watch it on YouTube after, and it's unbelievable. My family always video it and show me after the game, so I think it definitely is a close one, but really good songs.
But those two moments, I guess, you know, playing and winning is one thing, but those moments where you link with the fans will be incredible memories for the rest of your career, I think.
Yeah, exactly. They're the things that you remember as players. I think because you work so hard during the season, you don't really get too much interaction with the fans, but especially when you achieve things, you see how much it means to them. Yeah, it's a really proud moment.
And just coming back to comparing the two, what was the night like after winning Ipswich compared to drinking Bale Ale all night in number 11s?
Yeah, they're definitely different. I think the Forest one I had a few days off after, but the Wales one I had the Colin games to look forward to do. So,
but enjoyable, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. I think just seeing the fans and being everyone together with the families as well was a really good night.
That togetherness between the fans and the players, probably for club and country, is very special and must drive you on even harder.
Yeah, exactly. It does drive us all on really hard. I think seeing how much it means to them, and especially in the build-up to the game, as we came in on the bus, them all being there really early and in the warm-ups and before the game, hearing the national anthem, just to give them that moment after the game and take them to a World Cup, which I'm sure they'll all be going to. So, yeah, it's really special.
I guess you probably never wanted to get off the pitch, did you?
Nah, exactly. Being on the pitch so close to them is such a good moment, especially at Wembley as well. And the other night at the Cardiff City Stadium, it was an unbelievable moment.
Well,
thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.